And this is all inclusive. According to one tafsir, all the ghair Muslims, all the non-Muslims, they are filth, they are gandagi, they are paleedgi, they are najasat. Because of the bad aqeedgi they have, because of the infidelity, whether it emanates from shirk or kufr. Shirk and kufr are both disbelief. So such people are filth, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has commanded to us that we must keep well away from such people. Even from the misguided, we are required to distance ourselves from them, distance ourselves from them. Otherwise, we are in danger ourselves. The Quran says, the Hadith Pak says, "Iyyakum wa iyyahum," that you keep well away from them and keep them well away from you. Why? La yudillunakum wa la yuftinunakum. Lest they may misguide you. They may put you into a fitna, into mischief of deen. And it continues that if they become ill, do not even visit them. In maridu fala ta'uduhum wala tuwakiluhum wala tusharibuhum wala tujalisuhum. Do not eat with them, do not drink with them, do not sit with them. Wala tusallu alayhim wala tusallu ma'ahum. Do not pray namaz upon them, in other words their funeral, and do not pray namaz with them. Do not associate with them. Keep well away from them. In Surah Ma'idah, ayat number 51, the Quran says, "La tattakhidul yahuda wan nasara awliya," that, O believers, do not take the Yahud and Nasara as your friends or helpers. وَمَن يَتَوَلَّهُم مِّنكُمْ فَإِنَّهُ مِنْهُمْ. And whoever befriends them from among you, then he is from among them. And إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الظَّالِمِينَ. Surely Allah does not guide the nation who have transgressed, who have wronged themselves.
لیکن یہ بھی ساتھ ساتھ حکم ہے نا کہ لا تتخذوا اليهود والنصارى اولیاء بعضهم اولیاء بعض ومن يتولهم منكم فإنه منهم. تو اس طرح کوئی دوستی کا ہاتھ ان سے بڑھاتا ہے کہ وہ تو انہی میں سے ہو جائے گا. قرآن مقدس یہ کہہ رہا ہے. تو اس طرح کوئی دوستی کا ہاتھ ان سے بڑھاتا ہے کہ وہ تو انہی میں سے ہو جائے گا. قرآن مقدس یہ کہہ رہا ہے. تو اس طرح کوئی دوستی کا ہاتھ ان سے بڑھاتا ہے کہ وہ تو انہی میں سے ہو جائے گا. قرآن مقدس یہ کہہ رہا ہے. تو اس طرح کوئی دوستی کا ہاتھ ان سے بڑھاتا ہے کہ وہ تو انہی میں سے ہو جائے گا. قرآن مقدس یہ کہہ رہا ہے. تو اس طرح کوئی دوستی کا ہاتھ ان سے بڑھاتا ہے کہ وہ تو انہی میں سے ہو جائے گا.
اليوم أحل لكم الطيبات وطعام الذين أوتوا الكتاب حل لكم وطعامكم حل لهم والمحصنات من المؤمنات والمحصنات من الذين أوتوا الكتاب من قبلكم إذا آتيتموهن أجورهن محصنين غير مسافحين ولا متخذي أخدان ومن يكفر بالإيمان فقد حبط عمله وهو في الآخرة من الخاسرين.
آج تمہارے لیے پاک چیزیں حلال ہوئی اور کتابیوں کا کھانا تمہارے لیے حلال ہے اور تمہارا کھانا ان کے لیے حلال ہے. اور پارسا عورتیں مسلمان اور پارسا عورتیں ان میں سے جن کو تم سے پہلے کتاب ملی جب تم انہیں ان کے مہر دو قید میں لاتے ہوئے نہ مستی نکالتے اور نہ آشنا بناتے. اور جو مسلمان سے کافر ہو اس کا کیا دھرا سب اکارت گیا اور وہ آخرت میں ضیاء کار ہے.
Safa says that mushrikun apply to Christians. I'm willing to pay $1 million if he shows me a single verse in the Quran if Jews or Christians were called with the epithet mushrikun. $1 million, one place. Not to say that they committed shirk, because shirk has variety of meaning in the Quran, one of which shirk. No verse in the Quran ever described Jews and Christians as mushrikun, as he said, idol worshippers. Not one. Listen. Secondly, in Surah Al-Bayyinah, the 80th surah in the Quran, it made a clear distinction between Jews and Christians and idolaters. The word kafaru, and I explained the word kufr again. It says the people who rejected Islam from among the people of the book and the idolatrous, mushrikeen. The word mushrikeen was made as a distinct group for those who rejected Islam. Now, but he says, but that's kufr and infidelity. The term infidelity does not have the equivalent in the Quran when it speaks about Jews and Christians. And you have $1 million there too. First of all, lots of millions are available. First of all, okay, the word infidel in the English language means someone who does not have a religion or someone who does not believe in God. Go to chapter 29, verse 46 of the Quran, and it says that Jews and Christians and Muslims worship the same God. Ilahuna wa ilahukum wahid. Here is the Quran say they are believers in God. But the word kufr, again, Mr. Safa gave only one meaning. You need some more depth of understanding of the variety of things. I mentioned that earlier about the usage of the language. Kufr has variety of meaning in the Quran. One is positive kufr. Positive kufr, that is rejection, to reject something. And it could be positive kufr, and there are verses in the Quran that says there is good kufr. It says anyone who commit kufr or reject Satan and believe in God, he is holding the tightrope of God. So there is positive kufr. It has variety of meaning. It has a neutral meaning. In the Quran, it describes the farmers who put the seed in the ground, that they are committing kufr. You know why? Because etymologically, the origin of the term kufr is to cover up. So that's a neutral meaning. A farmer covering up the seed in the ground. But even in the negative sense, it's used in a variety of ways. And many of the verses that you quoted about Christian, in fact, would fall in that category. Being ungrateful. You could be a believer, but ungrateful. It describes Muslims who have the resources and don't go for Hajj as kafirs. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ. But it doesn't mean they're not Muslims. Ungrateful to Allah. In other words, those who worship other than Allah, even though they believe in God in some way or the other, but they're not grateful to God who created everything, including all of his prophets. That is a theological statement of truth that we find parallel also in the scriptures and that. So it means that. But even if you use it in a more negative sense, there is variety of meaning. It could refer to someone who rejects God altogether, like the people of Noah and Abraham, after evidence has been presented to them. It could also apply to those who believe in God but reject a particular prophet, like Jews rejecting Jesus, for example, or Jews and Christians rejecting Muhammad. But the Quran, after all, says it is not because of your wishful thinking or that of the people of the book. Anyone who does wrong will be punished accordingly. So the question of judging people, I said that outright. I said, yes, there are things in the Quran that say what is right and what is wrong in belief and others. But it's not up to us to mistreat people or hate them. The Quran uses the term oftentimes about the brotherhood, even though people might not agree with you. The other thing that he referred to in hadith, and this is only one example to show the kind of you should not take Jews and Christians for friends. There is a big mistake here in translation to start with. The Arabic term used in that verse is not friendship. It is to look up to them for protection. And if you look carefully at the verses where it prohibits Muslims from doing that, it is because of negative reasons, including that they mocked your religion. Who in the world in his right mind would go to some, not all, some individuals who mock their faith and say, I would like to make alliance for you to protect. Says a Muslim can get married to a Jewish woman or a Christian woman. If indeed they have to fight, I'm not talking about family fights, real fights with blood. How does the Quran allow even marriage which is a more intimate type of relationship? And after all, say it is not because of your wishful thinking or that of the people of the book. Anyone who does wrong will be punished accordingly. So the question of judging people, I said that outright. I said, yes, there are things in the Quran that say what is right and what is wrong in belief and others. But it's not up to us to mistreat people or hate them. The Quran uses the term oftentimes about the brotherhood, even though